Tonight on Airline, a showdown at the sales desk for Jane.
I'll do as quick as I can if you don't mind. Do you mind ringing me on desk 51? I won't get her at all if you're going to talk to me like that.
Last-minute nerves before Bluey and Janie's big reunion.
That is the worst-case scenario, if he did actually not like me. That would be awful.
Oh.
And tension on the tarmac for Stephen.
Can everyone walk that way, please?
Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use some exotic booze, there's a bar in far Bombay. Come fly with me, let's fly away.
It's 6:30 a.m. at Luton Airport, the start of an early shift for supervisor Jane Bolton. Awkward passengers beware, Jane is not in the best of moods.
Over here.
I've got a feeling it's that man over there.
What's the matter with him?
Passenger Joel Cross is very cross indeed. He's just had a night he'd prefer to forget. A clash is inevitable.
I arrived from a flight last night from Geneva on easyJet, and we arrived late because the easyJet was delayed 2 hours. So I missed my connecting flight with Ryanair. easyJet decided to transfer us to Stansted to get a flight from Stansted to Dublin. So they put us in a taxi down there, and having told us it would take only 40 minutes, but in fact it took us an hour and 10 minutes. And so when we arrived in Stansted, we missed our flight in Stansted as well.
Right, you had a bit of a problem last night, didn't you?
Yeah.
Were you meant to be going from Stansted this morning, though? To Dublin?
Meant to be, but I checked that, and you didn't even make any reservations for that, because when we got
It's
there...
not with us. We don't fly to Dublin, that's why. It would have been done with Ryanair.
I know. We've made our own way back.
Right.
And I just want to get the reimbursement for the way back and a
Well,
hotel.
obviously, I can't give you cash. I can give you an address to write into.
No, I want cash now.
No, I can't give you cash, mate. I don't have cash on me.
Well, get your petty cash thing, because...
No, I can't do that for you.
I'm only going to be writing back to you.
Obviously.
I'm only going to be writing back to you, so you're going to be making the decision again.
Obviously, we've paid, as far as operations were concerned last night. They did all they did paying for you to get a taxi from here to Stansted to meet that flight, of which obviously you've missed.
How can you make me get a flight which you only gave me 1 hour exactly to here to Stansted, and it's a fact that you need more than an hour to get there and to check in?
Well, that's something you'll have to take up with easyJet. I've been told that they paid for your taxi and they're not willing to do any more at the moment. I can't give you cash. Anything I can suggest that you write in and
yeah,
write
but
the
it's
whole
only you that's going to be making
down.
a decision again, so I'm
It's
going to be
not
going
up to
through...
me. It's up to customer services, actually, at the head office. It's not up to me.
So you're saying that you're not going to pay for my hotel and you're not going to pay for my
I can't
journey
make that
back?
decision for you here, no.
Okay, who
now.
can?
You need to write into their customer
Who's your
services
boss?
managers. I'm the supervisor here.
Okay, well, who's your boss now?
She's told me no already, so...
Who's your boss now?
Joanne, but she won't do that for you
Okay,
either.
where's Joanne?
Do you want me to get her for you?
Please.
She's just going to reiterate exactly what I've said to you.
Okay, well, who's her boss then?
She's the manager here, so you won't
Who's
get any
her
higher.
boss?
You won't get any higher than that. She's the manager here. You're not listening to me.
So it
She's
goes
the manager
so it
here.
goes Stelios, then
Stelios
her.
doesn't work here at the airport, obviously.
So
he
it
owns
goes-
the airline. He doesn't work here and checking in charge
So
of
it goes
the day-to-day
Stelios, then
running.
her.
She's the manager here at the airport. You
Okay.
want to speak to the
Yeah,
boss at
get
the
her.
airport, yeah? Please. Tosser. I'll do as quick as I can if you don't mind. Do you mind ringing me on desk 51? I won't get her at all if you're going to talk to me like that. Not at all.
I'm just coming over to the terminal now.
It's always one, isn't there?
Jane is losing her usual professional cool. Meanwhile, check-in attendant Stephen Elwood is having a few passenger problems of his own.
Oh. Can everyone walk that way, please? Walk down that way, please, through there. Can everyone walk through that way, please? Just like little sheep, you just follow each other everywhere. They don't think that it's a stand where an aircraft parks. Yeah, we can't let them just wander all over the place. It's a stand. If an aircraft comes into stand, passengers won't seem to think to move. They'll just carry on walking straight through, thinking that the aircraft will wait for them.
Back inside, Mr. Cross is as angry as ever. It's duty manager Joanne Huggett's job to placate him.
Why would you send me from Luton to Stansted with only exactly 60 minutes to catch the flight when you know it takes more than that to get there and that the boarding closes 30 minutes before?
In order to try and aid you to get onto that flight, we will do our best for you. We're not actually responsible for onward connecting flights. And yeah, we can go over to Ryanair now and see if we can't get you on the one.
I've had to go and buy my own flight with Ryanair, 106 quid for nothing.
Well, then what you need to do is write in and put all this in and see if we can claim any of it back.
Yeah, well, I'm only going to be faced with, oh no, it's our rules and we can't do anything about it, and it's rubbish.
If you're not happy with that, then fine.
All airlines would have put you up in a hotel if you'd missed your flight.
No, we are not responsible for onward connections, whether that be flights, trains, whatever. As a courtesy, we paid for a taxi to go to Stansted. And if you want compensation for hotel accommodation or any other costs that you've laid out, you need to put that all into writing, and then if they will compensate you, they will, but I cannot guarantee that.
Rubbish. Pathetic. I'm not looking for financial gain, I just wanted my money back for what I've had to fork out.
I think I got outside the wrong side of the bed this morning, didn't I? Just not in the mood at the moment. I'm so stuck with everything here at the moment, to be honest with you. You know, when it's just... I think I need to get out of the airport. I think I've done my time. Got no patience anymore.
In a few weeks' time, Supervisor Graham Fraser is getting married.
She missed the flight this
For
morning.
now, though, work beckons.
Today, just for a few hours to get some sleep. She's come back and she realised she'd forgotten her passport.
Actress Claire Vaughan is just about to miss her second Geneva flight of the day. She was too late for her first flight and has now turned up for the next one without her passport.
When I could have gone home to actually get my passport, which I've actually left anyway, for the next flight, so now I've got to be to this flight. And my boyfriend's meeting me, I'm going to France, and he's meeting me at Geneva, and he's had to drive 2 hours from Maribel to Geneva to pick me up. It's twice now, I'm going to have to stall him. It's just...
He's going to kill you.
Yeah, he's going to kill me. I don't want to phone him. I should never have got up today.
We won't miss him, don't worry.
I was trying to think of a way of getting a passport here without me going home.
Yeah, it's coming.
Is it straight out? Is it outside?
9 first.
9.
You're on the next one anyway, that's all done for you. 8:05 tonight, arrives 22:45 local time.
22.
45 local.
Thank you.
That's all done. Sorted. That's it, lovely.
Now Claire's got to break the bad news to her boyfriend.
No, because I didn't even check in, did I? I didn't even question the fact I didn't have a passport. Had I checked... Right, okay. Yep. Alright, bye.
Right, sure.
It's 5 hours until the next flight to Geneva, but first Claire must rush back to London to get her passport. Graham chivalrously decides to see her safely onto the bus.
And I won't say tonight, but please make sure you make it. Third time lucky.
easyJet purser Janie Stock is on her way to collect her dog Bluey. 2 years ago, Janie left Palma to work for easyJet in Luton, and the dog was left behind because she couldn't bear to put him through quarantine.
The Pets Pilot scheme has only just come about. Before that, your options were 6 months in quarantine. Those laws haven't been revised for 27 years. Now they have, and they've realised it's inhumane and barbaric. So they've started to open the floodgates just for this year as a pilot scheme. They should give him more of a free lease to travel through Europe. He's been to many destinations in Europe. This is the only port of call I've been to. He hasn't been able to come with me into England, but now finally perhaps he can.
Meanwhile, back at the terminal, it's beginning to dawn on Graham that he has just a few days left as a single man.
There is winding me up.
Winding you up.
I meant to get married to see, and I'm sort of...
Oh, are you?
Yeah, well, I am getting married, sorry. I am getting married. I am getting married, the 1st of July. Hey, no tongues. Well, lovely meeting you.
Yeah, and you.
And God willing, I'll meet you again.
Oh, take
All right, see you later. I am now.
In Mallorca, Janie's on her way to the kennels. She's visited Bluey before, but David, the owner, has so far advised against any direct contact with the dog. So this will be the first real meeting in 2 years, and Janie is anxious in case Bluey has forgotten her.
Deep in my heart, I can't help but think, oh, but surely he'll remember if the games we used to play, surely he'll remember bits and bobs, but I'm not allowed myself to think that way because I don't want to feel any disappointment. I remember the day I left him very distinctly. So it's going to be lovely just to add to my list of memories the day that I picked him back up again. Lovely, But this is a wonderful, wonderful landmark.
In Watford High Street, Graham's celebrating his stag night with his friends and family.
A week to go, and that's it. But it's my last weekend as a single man. Sorry.
It's my last weekend as a single woman.
Is it?
Yeah, it's my head night.
My stag night. I'll see you later.
Wherever you go tonight, Graham, make sure you have a brilliant night out wherever you go tonight and enjoy yourself. All the best, yeah.
But Graham isn't going to get off lightly from tonight's party. So far, it's been a great night, but what Graham doesn't know is that a special cocktail is heading his way.
We start with a brain hemorrhage, which is peach schnapps, Baileys, creme de cacao, we think brandy, cherry brandy of some sort, something red anyway.
I'm not drunk. Not drunk. I'm just looking forward to the night together. My two dads.
It's closing time, and the cocktails, champagne and beer have taken a terrible toll. And for Graham, the night is over.
There you go.
Well done, Graham.
Wow.
Right.
And you get...
That's it. You've done well, Graham. See you later.
Janie's reunion with her dog is only minutes away. She still has no idea whether or not Bluey will remember her.
It's just I've been in 2 years. Hello, baby. Come sta, you bonbon. Do you think? Oh. Amones. 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 God, I'm always crying. Hello, baby. Hello. Hello. Ay, bonbon. Ay, bonbon. Amones, mi Bluito. Amones. Oh, this is wonderful. Amones. Amones. Wow, what a response. I wasn't expecting that. I thought he'd just be like, hi, where's my tea? Oh, I think so. I think that was a pretty positive reaction. Bien. I look at the comparison. Oh, look at that. He's the size of his
In a few
head.
days, Janie and Bluey will set off for the UK, where, if all his papers are in order, Bluey will be allowed entry under the new pet passport scheme.
He's so big, but he certainly wouldn't do him any harm.
The Glasgow flight to Luton is arriving late, causing a knock-on problem for passengers who want to fly on to Barcelona.
easyJet flight from Glasgow was delayed, and we're all waiting for a connection to Barcelona. And we've all been round to the check-in to say, look, we're delayed, but we're going to be here. We're just waiting in our luggage, and they're not interested. They said we've got 5 minutes literally to check in, and it's going to take longer than that. It's already taken longer than that to get our luggage. But they're both easyJet. It's easyJet from Glasgow and easyJet to Barcelona. You'd think they'd communicate, but they're not.
There's people wanting to transfer, go straight onto Barcelona, but they haven't got their bags, so we can't check them in unless they have their bags.
Do you want me to? I'll run ahead. You all right?
Yes. Just follow Mummy.
Lynn Harris and her son Freddie are off on a family holiday. They run on ahead to see if they'll make the flight in time.
Just contacted the dispatch office, and unfortunately it is too late to accept them for travel. But, you know, the Glasgow was late in, and the Barcelona is running on time.
Close to Barcelona. There's no way we can get on. We've been delayed from Glasgow. The flight hasn't left yet.
They're actually now, they've got them on board, they're going to be pushing back, so they won't now. It's up to the captain, it will make the final decision. If I could do it for you, I would do it.
Could you ask him again, please? Is it possible?
They're going down. I'm ever so sorry, you'll have to get the tickets now.
I don't find this very helpful.
So to transfer them to the next one, this was not until like another 3 hours, you know.
I'm just pissed off, basically. I'm really pissed off. Sorry, shouldn't be saying that.
Especially when they knew that the flight was going to be half an hour late.
Yeah, it's the same airline. It's not as if it's a
yeah,
crossover of airlines. They ought to have some kind of a better policy than that when they've caused a delay.
Really, we've only got literally an hour leeway, which can cause problems.
That should have nice, though, an hour and a half.
They didn't even offer us a penny in compensation, you know, for lunch or anything like that. We've got 4 hours to wait.
For little Freddie and his family, it's going to be a long wait for the next flight to Barcelona. For Graham, it's just a few short hours now until his wedding, and he's having a few last-minute nerves.
You see, we're trying to relax, but it's I want to get the speeches out of the way.
No, you'll be fine, Graham. You want it in bigger print?
Could be 10 foot tall, I still wouldn't read it.
Graham's bride-to-be, Liz, is in the middle of her preparations. She's handling the pressure better than Graham so far.
I just think he's panicking about the whole day. He started to last night. But, yeah, no, he just wants me there, to know it's there. And he wants to get the ceremony out of the way because he's nervous about doing it.
Since we have put the gear on, we feel much more at ease, I think. Playing the part more.
Been playing the part?
Doing the part.
It's hard to believe it's actually happening today after all the preparations and stuff. It's today's the day, and then it's gone. And then it's Mrs. Fraser.
Here he goes then. Thank you.
Bring my car back.
Graham's so keen not to be late that he's setting off with more than an hour to spare. Over at Liz's, things are getting tense. Time is running out, and now there's a problem with the flowers.
What? Flowers? It's okay. Don't worry. I'm sorting it. Calm down. I'm all right. Calm down. What flowers are falling out? It's all right. Teeny twigs around the edges keep coming out, but I've sorted it.
Mum, will you tell Vicky? She won't sit still. Look.
Graham has decided to spring a last-minute surprise. He's hired a stretch limo for the bridal party.
Is that what Graham's ordered?
I have no bloody
We're not
idea.
going in a limousine. We're all of us, or just... No, is it? Chrissy? Is that car out there? That's what we're going in.
John?
No, it's all of us. I want all of us to go in it. I'll go around that side and get in.
There is no. Go around the other side.
What do you think of the car? This?
It's gorgeous.
Bluey is arriving at Heathrow Airport, where he still has to face some checks before the authorities will allow him into the country.
We have to check his paperwork against the dog now. Check his microchip number against the paperwork and make sure everything else has been done.
There we go. There we have it. 001777089.
That's it, that's correct. Right. And your vaccination cards are there. Right,
Super, that's us.
Okay.
Fair swap. All I need now is the woofer.
You do? You got your lead?
Yeah. Finicky. Finicky. He's a good boy. He's all right. Finicky. He's my good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Puja. Wave your hand. Sail, sail, sail. Good boy. Mwah.
Liz is using the bride's prerogative to be late, and Graham is getting edgy.
She's a minute late. Not that I'm counting, but I just wanted to come in now. Standing around, sitting around.
But finally, the bride arrives, and in style.
Would you all please stand?
You're late.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token of my love
as a token of my love
and a symbol of our marriage.
and a symbol of our marriage.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
To be my lawful wedded husband.
To be loving.
To be loving.
Faithful.
Faithful.
And loyal to thee.
And loyal to thee.
In living our married life together.
In living our married life together.
You are now husband and wife together. Many congratulations to you. Kiss for each other. Round of applause from everybody.
I thought it was absolutely lovely. It brought back memories of my day, obviously. I think all weddings do every time I go to them, but there's a lump in my throat as well.
It was walking back down the aisle after we've been married. It was a very emotional feeling for me. When we're man and wife now, it's just brilliant.
Very strange, isn't it?
Joel eventually arrived in Dublin later that day. Bluey has recovered well from his journey and is now settling down to his new life in England.
Oh, wait a minute, no, we'll drop the brides, waiter, sorry.
And Graham and Liz return from their honeymoon in the Maldives to begin their life as a married couple.